Growing up in Connecticut, one of my daily rituals was to check the tides to see what was going on out there to kind of get oriented, even though I might not have been going out. It was good to know. It was a sense of like, yeah, okay, there's a syncopation here that I can understand. And that orientation is really important. So our whole planet then exhibits that orientation. It exhibits the orientation in the context of the four cardinal directions that come together in the North Pole somewhere. And that coming together of the cardinal directions points also to our place in the heavens. And it is a pointing which is important and it's consistent. So it also sets the sun and the rising and falling of the sun into night and day. And with that, we are comforted. There is a predictability to who we are and the world we live in. Can you imagine if the Earth spun randomly, and that day and night and night and day were completely unpredictable? I don't think that would be a real good thing. That doesn't seem like the right way to have things be. And happily, it's not. We don't live in confusion unless we want to. So that orientation is something that's really valuable. It's valued to me. It's beautiful. It is a sign of divine design and order. With regard to my personal life, there are similar things as the four cardinal directions, and there are a few little sort of sayings that I've put down that mark those directions. One of them is the first one: all beings can find their perfect nature, and that it is possible for us to discover who we are. And it is in the context of our gaze at the divine hierarchy. And it is in the context of setting down personality enough to be connected. Personality is not something that you really want to stay with. I think it's necessary initially. You got to get your start with it. But it's important over time to set it down because it's not a thing you want to stay with. It's only really a remembrance of manifestation. The next thing is all beings can find their place in the divine hierarchy. That is, we can rise in the divine hierarchy. We can keep our gaze on the divine and find our place in the community of divine beings which are available. They are beings of light. We don't see them as manifestations, but they are beings of light. And we are children of light. And light is the essence of life. All beings can become angels. And angels, in my mind and the way I understand them, are beings of light. So it is possible for us to become light. And that's an often cited understanding of beings. They are beings of light. And those that reject the light and stay in their personality will sink. They sink in the divine hierarchy. I am both ancient and new. So the being that is me has been here a long time and is participating in the unfolding of the cosmos and has been for a long time. So there is a kind of immortality. Well, not a kind of. It's a sort of a poor expression there, but it is a immortality that has been blessed on us. I like that. I like that a lot. Gives me a reason to get up and to shift my gaze to the divine hierarchy when around me is tremendous distress and discord, war and murder. And it's a terrible thing, but It is the world we are in. And it is a lesson in shifting our gaze. It is a lesson in finding our orientation to the divine. So that in the midst of all this manifested stuff, we can keep our bearings. We can not lose the light that is us and not lose sight of the beauty that is us. And losing that beauty is a terrible thing because it is our connection. Beauty is our connection to our emotional life. Emotionally, people can find beauty. It is an emotional thing. And it's a way to orient ourselves emotionally. As we find beauty, we begin to see, oh, well, yeah, my emotional life took a turn here, and it's time to head back. It's just like going out into the wilderness to find moral clarity. These are powerful things, and they can be done. They can be understood. I feel it. I feel them in my life. Sometimes it's difficult. It's hard to stand in front of beauty and see my own emotional life being reflected in the context of beauty. It does inspire change. It inspires change to be able to go ahead and return to beauty. That's the thing that I want to say. It is important and imperative to return to the wilderness and to return to beauty, to find our connection, to find emotional health and moral courage, to find the clarity of those things in our life every day as we go ahead and push through manifestation and maintain our being in an orientation to the divine. Amen.